Hello everybody, back here again for Vlog-A-Day. Today is Sunday the 20th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning way earlier than I wanted to. Dogs got me up, being a little bit of a pain in the butt. But I got up, got them out, kept them as quiet as I could, got them outside so my wife could sleep in later, and she was able to stay in bed quite a bit longer. Finally did get my morning text to let me know she was awake, able to get the dogs back inside, got them separated out, get them feeding, and then as soon as I got food down for them, I got them separated, I headed over to take care of the cats that I still have a few more days with, take care of them. So went ahead, went and got the cats done, got back. Actually, I jumped on the motorcycle to take the motorcycle over, thinking, it's not too bad, it looked like it stopped raining, and I made it about 3 houses down when it started to rain a little too hard again. I was like, I don't want to walk around people's house with dripping wet shoes and clothes and whatnot. So turned around, came back, said to hell with it, grabbed the truck and took off. I'm not sure why I took the truck. I'm driving the car lately mostly, but I took the truck for some reason. So drove the truck over there, got the cats cared for and got that all done. Got back, got the dogs back outside. We played out there for a while. It was off and on, kind of drizzly, rainy throughout the day, off and on as it was. So, but overall wasn't too bad. Got a few things around done. Reached out to one of the clients, asking what time they were picking up tomorrow. If they were still looking at like 1 o'clock was the plan. So I could go pick up their dog. I got to drive to there out north in New Smyrna to get the dog and whatnot. So I'm trying to schedule those together and making sure that they don't overlap on each other. So turns out they read their tickets wrong and they don't come home for like another day. So they're gonna pick up Tuesday morning instead of Monday shortly after lunch. So I was like, okay, shit happens, but not the greatest thing in the world for me, but I can make it work. So I was like, not whatever. So figure that out. That's tomorrow's problem, not today's. So got a few other things done, sent some pictures and videos, the dogs playing and whatnot to the owners, and kept them updated of what's happening. Wife went over and checked on her dad a little bit, and he's not been feeling good. He started feeling bad like Thursday probably. He's been feeling just kind of crappy the whole time. He's getting a really bad headache and it won't go away, and he's having some stomach issues and stuff. He needs to drink more water. Never seen the man drink water. He claims he drinks water now. Haven't seen it personally, but even when I go to the house and stop in and check on things, it's always soda sitting next to him. It's never water, but who knows? It is what it is. You can only do so much for people. I'm going to try and explain to him the fact that if you would just start drinking water, and I'm not even saying you have to like enjoy the water, just chug a bottle of water, 4 or 5 times a day, will help flush out your kidneys and everything. He keeps getting like all kinds of urinary tract infections and stuff all the time because he doesn't have fluids in his damn body. But so he's got a massive headache, which also a lot of times is caused from dehydration. And then after a little while, he'll get sick enough that he'll go back to the hospital. They'll put a bunch of IV fluids in him, and then he'll be feeling great because he has fluids in his system. And he comes home and then doesn't drink water and then repeats that cycle. So yeah, it is what it is. So from there, wife decided to go grocery shopping, so she headed out, and she was gone for a little bit and just hanging out with the dogs, doing a little yard work here and there between rain sprinkles. And right as she was leaving, it started to rain like 5 minutes before she left, and she's like, oh crap, it's raining. I'm like, so are you still going now? She goes, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm like, okay, whatever makes you happy. So she headed out to go to the grocery shopping, and then about half the time she's gone, maybe a little less than half, got a text that she's coming back home for round 1 because she forgot the freezer bags. So all the stuff she got at the first store, she can't leave in the trunk of the car in the freezer bag because it's gonna melt while she shops the second store. So she headed home, put all the frozen stuff away and whatnot, and headed right back out. Finished up her shopping, and in that process I looked out shortly after she first left and saw some people, a few cars parked in my neighbor's driveway across the street to the north one. They used to be my next door neighbor, now it's across the street. And they were walking around like holding like weird dishes of food and stuff, and they looked rather confused. Like they went up to the door and nobody's there. And so I texted my neighbor, I'm like, hey man, just know there's some people in your yard, in your driveway, your house, and they're looking really confused. I guess they're having a surprise birthday party for his girlfriend's mom, but it's like a block away. So they're parking at his place and running back and forth in golf carts. And I told him today, if you need to park stuff in my drive, feel free. You can park in both houses across the street from each other. Just if you park in my drive on this side, you gotta make sure they park the north side of the driveway, so you can fit 2 in there. It's deep enough, you can usually fit 2 in there, but you can't take up more than half the drive because she's got to be able to drive past it to get her car in the garage. He's like, yep, appreciate it. So I was like, cool, we're good to go. And then from there, basically watched that Jackie around everything. Then she texted and said that she was on her way home to make the first load, and the dog started barking in the backyard out the patio. You can look from my backyard through my living room, dining room and stuff, straight into my front yard. So I thought she was home, so I went to go help her and load stuff, and it was some of the neighbor's family pulled in and blocked my entire drive. It was like multiple vehicles there. So I was heading out to like, hey guys, you need to like park behind the Mustang. You can't like block the lane because she's on her way home right now. And he'd pulled up in the golf cart and he goes, I got it. I got them under control. I got to take care of it. I'm like, okay, doke. So we had a good little laugh with that. So basically headed back. She went back out to the second round of groceries, hung out with the dogs. We had a AT&T service order coming out somewhere between like noon and like 6 p.m. and then it got slowed down to like between 2 and 4. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, but they did reach out. They texted and said they're on their way. So we're like, cool. So went ahead and put the dogs up. Met the guy out the gate. Brought him back. Showed him what line was. He was going to pull the extra slack up towards my house and like loop it up there. And I'm like, well, you can get to that pole a lot easier if you want, but the fence and stuff, park at this house. So I walked him over, showed him what house it was, where he should park. He can walk right in their yard. And it's house is technically for sale right now, so there's nobody even in there. So you don't have to worry about asking permission to even come in because there's no one there. So he's like, oh, that actually makes more sense. Plus he could move it up the pole farther for me, get it a little higher as it drapes down to my house because it's a pretty long run. My house, the inlet is way at the opposite end of my yard. It's a pretty big yard. So I basically talked to him. I said, I need to come make a jag. I go back in, actually check and scan the box inside also after it's done. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he went across around the block, did the line. I had the dogs back out there. And then he got back and I left the dogs in the backyard, brought him in the house, took a picture. He brought me a couple tennis balls with AT&T on them, so that was kind of cute. So basically, he saw the dogs out there, they were barking at him out the window. So gave me a couple blue tennis balls with black AT&T on it. So that was kind of interesting. Nice guy, got it done, in and out, no problem. Our service was still good. We just had a line that was hitting me in the head when I mowed. So I gotta get it back up higher. So hopefully it all goes well there. And then he got done with that finally. I went ahead and told him I was gonna go get my run in. I was waiting for him to get done. So I was here. So I could move the dogs around mostly is what it was. So went ahead, took off my run. Wife was gonna make stuffed peppers tonight and everything was good to go. So we decided whatnot. Got to running and I was running a little ways, not real far into it yet. And I got feeling like, yeah, it's cool enough. And I want to run longer. So I stopped and called my wife and said, hey, if you want to go ahead and start making rice, go for it. Put the chicken breast in there and stuff. Also, if we make enough rice to make it worth time, steaming the chicken, we'll have some of the rice for the stuffed peppers. I'll have chicken rice tomorrow night for dinner. We'll be good to go. And she goes, perfect, sounds like a plan. So I was like, great, not a problem. So she went ahead and started that. I kept running, ended up running 10 plus and just really enjoyed it. I did a run walk. So I'll run a mile and then I'll walk like anywhere from a tenth to a quarter mile. Then I'll run another mile, then repeat for like 10K plus. So that felt pretty good. Haven't ran very long for a while. Just been sitting hot and felt like today was nice and cool. I could really knock it out. So that was definitely felt good to run that distance. So, but yeah, from there, got back, went ahead and grabbed a shower, got out of the shower and realized the rice wasn't even done yet cooking the chicken. And it's already rolling into like 7 o'clock. I'm like, well, how long is a pepper steak? She goes, well, it's like a bake like an hour. And I'm like, okay, well, the rice isn't even done yet. So if you want something else, like I had leftover pizza this morning for, breakfast / lunch, whatever you want to call it. And I usually don't eat anything then, so I'm really that hungry. So if you think of anything else you want, because it's gonna be 8 o'clock at the earliest before you can eat by the time you get the peppers done. She goes, well, I've already cut the peppers up. I'm like, hey, cut the top off the pepper, who cares? Do it tomorrow. She goes, okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna do stuffed peppers tomorrow. And then we got talking and stuff. By that point, the chicken and rice was actually done, but I really wasn't hungry. So I took one bite of the chicken, I was like, yeah, I don't need anything. So I don't know what she had for dinner. I think she made an omelet or something. But yeah, I skipped dinner basically for the best part. Headed back outside, walked with the dogs, played with them for a bit, and just chilled out on a beautiful, gorgeous evening. We've had the house open the last couple days.
windows open, AC off. And I asked her earlier today, she wanted to close, and she said no, she was good. But when she got a shower, she thought it was too warm in there, too humid. So she wanted to close it up, which was funny because the temperature just dropped enough outside. I was going to head inside to grab my thick socks because my feet get cold really quickly. And I was heading in to get thicker socks, but instead I closed the house all up, turned the AC back on for her, which probably need to be done. It was like 80 in there today, so it was definitely warm enough that with 80 plus the humidity, it was kicking our ass, but it is what it is there. So yeah, hung out with the dogs, chilled out there the evening. Neighbors' dogs came out barking their ass off, going all crazy as shit. And she's a renter, and I'm not sure what's up with it because the mother originally rented the place, the daughter lives there, but the daughter's older than I am, kind of thing. And somebody said the neighbor got arrested or something, got taken out in cuffs a couple weeks ago, but she was back, and now she's been gone since before the hurricane. So I don't know what's up with it. But since the mom's been gone, the daughter's been leaving her dogs out way more. They keep getting out of their fence and trying to get into my yard to attack my dogs. And we're having a really a lot of poor discussions about that, I'll put it that way. So that was always fun. So I go out there and I shame her. I'm like, talking to my clients' dogs, I'm like, hey, we're better now. We are better than them dogs. Don't be acting like that. So they'll come over and lay next to me while the dogs are barking at the fence, trying to get in here to fight my dogs, which is just crazy on so many levels. But it is what it is. You just got to try and do the best you can when you live in close quarters with people, which is one of the reasons why I really want some acreage so I can get out into the country and not have next door neighbors like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for there. Headed back in, have myself some chips and salsa for super late dinner or late night snack, whatever you want to call it. Had some chips and salsa as I watched a little bit of Frasier. Then I watched another episode of like a car show and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.